of Europe on my channel. And I feel like we could just instantly jump into Mediterranean. Drum roll, Dave. What tip will we see?
Italian's mirror, my friend.
Oh
I'm
boy.
so stoked for this. I'm so excited. Twitch, let's get the hype in the chat. YouTube viewers, get excited. We have another Italian's mirror on Mediterranean. We've got Tim in the blue, or he's blue for me at least, and Villese in the red on the north side, as Nilly frantically changes his colors so they're simultaneous with me.
Yeah.
And take it away, Nilly. What do you see?
I see something I've not seen today before. Mediterranean here on Arabia. The big problem here for Tim is though, he doesn't really have good wood lines. Like right hand side is quite far away, left hand side will be extremely vulnerable and far off. So that will be tricky. On the other side, Villese, he has beautiful wood lines in the back. And well, we said before, Tim is the one guy that can deliver special strategies on this map.
I agree with you. I really don't. I don't like Tim's map that much. His main goal is forward as well, near the shoreline. So that's never a good thing to see. And the wood lines, like you said, not many options there.
Okay, he's going for the far one at the right hand side. Now goes on to the next sheep just shortly before the deer comes in. Nothing too special just yet. And well, he's not really happy with the woodline here as it seems. Look at that. He's not building the lumber camp there. Okay, now he is. That was weird.
No, he's changing his mind again. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, just place it a bit better there. And okay, what can we focus on in this one? We have seen this Dark Age quite some time now. People kind of decided to go with 4 on wood, at least that was the Tattoo and Fire approach. Villagers just pretty wild at the moment for Timmy at the woodline.
Tim, that's some efficiency right there. Okay, here we go. Don't freak out. He's putting him into place now.
Okay. And well, we also want to mention the shorter distance for Tim here towards the water, but Villese sent his villager a bit earlier, even before getting the first boar, so a bit of a better timing. We will see the Chinese style of boar hunting, always shooting the TC twice with 6 villagers and then ungarrisoning, and well, always having a pretty beautiful position with those boars in the TC.
Villese way earlier with that dock. But he went 5 to wood and then sent 1 out to dock. Tim went 4 to wood initially and then took the boar, and now he's docking. So a little bit different from each of them, but they're far enough away that I don't think that's going to make a huge difference.
No, distance is, I'd call it 1.237 screens away. And now getting board number 2. 5 on wood for both, as you said. We've seen the other game with Mr. Tattoo and Fire. Both of them going with 4 on wood. Is that a big difference?
I feel like you can get away with 4 on wood with Italians. Maybe Tim and Villese haven't played this much this map as much as Fire and Tato have, so they're not super familiar with it, with the matchup.
I think Villese will be well trained. Tim, that's a question, right? We don't really see him as a water player, but they have shown incredible performances here in this ECL, and probably one of the more surprising teams. A lot of people felt, at least I thought, they'd surely fight for like spot number 6 with the VNS or something like that. But for now, they've performed incredibly well. They seem prepared for every single stage.
Tim's really far behind here. Like, I say really, but he's not that far behind, but in a mirror matchup where speed really counts getting to feudal, he's pretty far behind.
Yeah. He has 1 more villager, but only 3 fishing ships for him. Villese is going for number 4. And, well, why is he still staying on food, Tim? That's weird. Still 4 villagers on food. surprising to
Maybe
me.
he knows something we don't. But it is Tim, so you can never quite expect. You never expect what he's going to come up with.
Okay, well, we'll see. Now goes for the mining camp and the second dock. Somewhat late here on the other side. Villese will finish his one. I think this looks pretty good for our Finnish player.
Yep.
Where's the second dock of Tim? Still not here.
There it
He
is.
starts to build it now.
That's
Oh
late,
boy.
man. That's really late.
This will be a huge advantage here only by the start of Villese. This is not really like RTS. This is just perfecting the start. And Villese, well, playing this so much better than kind of the sloppy play of Tim so far. Third dock even, kind of at the same time. And the second just finished for Tim. And those two fire galleys, they will be out so much faster. Both at 80%, while we see only 30-40% of the ones from Mr. Tim. All the aggression will come from Villese. Now going with some villagers on the sheep already.
He's so far behind already. I just can't believe this. He's gonna lose that fishing ship, I think, before he even gets fires out. Okay, there's the first fire ship. And he's house. Oh no, man. Okay, there we go. Got it down just in time.
Okay, now he goes for the full move against the fishing ship, so that shouldn't really do too well. Maybe even try to repair with the villager. He's trying to pull it away. We'll lose the 15 food, but that kind of means, okay, I'm giving up water.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Tim decides to transition into land army here. If he is going to, he'd probably do it fairly soon.
Well, there is no real switch now, and this is... I don't want to sound mean, but that's really bad what Tim is delivering here. Now goes for a third dock. He is ahead by one villager.
He doesn't care that he's so far behind. He's just gonna double down and keep making docks, I guess. Keep making ships.
Okay.
Oh, that could be a good demo shot, though. That's a very nice demo shot. That is so nice from Tim. He needed that one.
Yeah, but still, 8-3 military down. And all the hurt ones are getting pulled back now, so he's not really getting the kills in. And now, well, it's getting cleared up there. And still having heavy losses. I think this still looks incredibly good for Mr. Villese. It's already starting to war the sides now.
And Tim's still making Navy. So he's gonna contest this.
He needs more big demo hits. He's going for basically demo only now. Which actually performed pretty well against fishing ships, but...
Villese playing super strong as well, sending the super weak fire galley back to get repaired by his villager. He does not want to give up this water control, and he's got so many ships now, man. His military, 12 to 5.
Yeah, 2 more demos.
And here comes Tim to the bottom side. I think he's going to make land army now.
Yeah, but that's just so late, those 3 villagers. At least 400 food, 300 gold, so he will be clicking up in 1.5 minutes or something. Go ahead.
That demo ship!
Demos?
Tim just killed 3 fires with 1 demo ship. It was beautiful.
Oh boy. Okay, now sending the weakened ones back again. Let's take a look.
Can he get these demos? No.
Okay, the wall finished now. We see a barracks from Tim at the side. He's at 200 food, 100 gold. Still continues to go for some more water. Villese, in the meanwhile, he squeezed in another 3 fishing ships and continues with some fire galleys, even now real galleys, and should be clicking up to Castle Age any second. We don't have any real feudal age building though, for now.
Tim coming forward with those villagers now. So if Tim can bring this back, I will be impressed, because Villese definitely has a big advantage here. Still possible though.
Yeah, I'd be really shocked. He needs to break those walls to make something on land happen. The only good thing for him now is that Villese is kind of missing the uptiming, right? He could be up like a minute ago or like 30 seconds ago, but he was now building the market with only one villager, blacksmith with only one villager that could actually die.
Yeah, that market's really late. Really, really late. Oh, Tim should have killed that villager. You're right. It's wounded. He's just watching it.
Well,
Maybe he'll wait till it's 99% and then kill it.
That would have been so much better. That's actually so much better. And now he kills it. Oh, God.
He doesn't even care, man. Doesn't even care. It's just a blacksmith.
Could have been so nice, even a longer delay. Okay, let's take a look. Tim, he himself is sitting at 350 food, 230 gold. So we'll click up in, I'd say, a minute. Oh, a transporter by him now. What is he up to? Okay, we'll try to sneak those villagers around, but should just land into some houses that are without town watch though.
I think if he threads the needle when he lands, he can sneak past there. But he's got to be really sneaky to get
But he
through.
still has his scout as well, and he knows that he can only lose by getting landed now.
Like he's got to go through a 3-tile gap where Villese can't see the transport ship.
Oh, and villagers are going there now. Fletching. Yeah, this can't work.
Oh, Villese is deleting the wall. He's coming out with a couple villagers. And let's
Okay,
see
now
Tim.
he's-
Tim's doing good. He's doing good. Shh, Tim, stay hidden. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's hidden. He did it.
Psh, psh, shh. Dave,
How?
Psh, 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 Dave. Archer range being built. Oh, line of sight. Oh no, he sees it. Okay.
Ah, he sees it. Come on.
Mission Impossible is over. Okay.
How clutch was that though? Holy.
Oh, okay. That was the highlight of the game. Could have changed everything. If he just got out 2 archers against a guy who's in Castle Age, has all the water control and 7 fishing ships working for him. 2 archers could have totally changed the game.
And now he's gonna lose that transport ship, so no more sneaking around for him. But he is in there with 3 villagers.
And
He could
outpost
do
rushing
some
now.
damage. Maybe it is MBL. Never know.
You never know. Hidden tournament. Is this his hidden cup everyone was talking about?
Much better casters than that one.
Oh! You mean barbecue Turkman and Mem tomorrow?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So archer range coming out. Another one. And the response to this from Villese is knights, and knights are gonna clear all of this.
Yeah, even with +2, right? This will be so tough. Loses 1 archer range, another one will take some time. He has 3 archers out. Villagers could even fight this off. In the meantime, Tim still has his fishing ships alive, which doesn't really make a lot of sense in my opinion. But happened. Look at the south. Villese still has those 2 villagers. If he just gets a stable up there, Tim has 0 answers to knights as well.
Ooh, Tim picked a Vill. Nice.
Come
He's
back
being a
time.
bit. Oh, there's a bunch of wounded ones in there in that wood line. There's a ton of
Ooh.
wounded ones. Oh, he could have killed like 3 there before the night came.
Oh, he's trying to focus down one. Oh, and suddenly he's 8 villages ahead.
He still has to go up to Castle Age though, so that's kind of
Yeah. Okay,
That's
2
kind of-
villagers.
not the most
Like-
accurate thing. And the 2 villagers from Villese coming in as well.
Yeah, they could have been spotted actually. And Villese, he's just randomly walking
didn't
there.
spot
No,
Yeah.
he didn't. Okay, wheelbarrow, siege workshop goes for monastery. Not really sure. Maybe he's expecting Tim to be up at some point, but oh boy, is he wrong.
Oh,
Finally
there's the
clears up the
mangonel.
water.
Killing the building from Tim and killing a villager as well.
Okay, but they want revenge now.
They're not going to get it. I'm sorry.
Unlikely, yeah. 8 HP?
She's
5
going
HP?
in.
3 HP?
No.
Oh, repaired coming in. I was holding my breath for a small second. Okay, and... Well, he's walling his woodline, Tim, here. Did he spot that? Okay, Knight is now coming over, +2 defense still. Instant reaction by Tim, so good job here. But still pretty tricky. Fishing ship count only at 7 though.
He's still not up to Castle Age. He's walled his wood line as well, which means he wants to continue this game, but I don't see a way out for him.
Well, Alt F4 is always a way out.
Well, true.
Yeah, it is super tricky. Spearman defense is now something he's doing. He even bought some food to get up to 800 and then click up to Castle Age to only realize, okay, I still have 150 left. Damn, I'm Italians. And, well, he's defending the Knights off quite nicely, right? And Villese, well, Monastery now by him. And there's so much army still in the home base of Villese that could have been so efficient on the other side.
Does Tim go for a castle here? Castle Age?
Well, he has 5 on stone. At the moment 150, so we'll take a bit more time.
He could sell the wood though. I'm just thinking of like ways he could possibly defend and or win the game. And I don't really see any. A castle might give him a chance though.
Well, Genoese could deal with all the knights pretty well. Are fine against the monks as well. And, well, Microt, maybe they can go crazy against potential Mangonauts from Villese. But for now, I think Villese should just go to the other side and add more villagers. Indeed, he is up to 3 TCs. Villager count surprisingly close, though.
Yeah, Tim hasn't lost that many other than the forwards that he sent, the 3 forward.
Oh, okay, Knights now trying
He's
to
gonna pick
attack
off this monk as well. With the scout, I think.
Looks like it. And yeah, last hit. Gets the job done. And adds more scouts, adds more monasteries, and I think he will do just fine there. We'll hold this off. I think the only big difference will really be the villager count, because at least he is getting more kills in at the top.
Tim also killing the forward villagers from Villese.
Yeah, switched up. So that forward kind of feels over.
He defended really well, to be honest. I didn't think he had any hope.
Yeah, but it was like a half of an attack of Villese as well, right? Yeah. What did he do? Like
still
2
plus
knights?
2.
Yeah, but well, just running around and then running into 3 spearmen fighting uphill. And now he's sending some knights back, some more to the front to heal them up. So it's no real aggression. It didn't feel like Villese felt, okay, if I go full out attack, I will easily win the game. Now it was more like, okay, let's keep him busy while I keep booming. Villese pretty active, trying to spot any redox. None really coming. Let's take a look. Monk is getting a conversion here. Can he get into the TC? It feels like he might. And that is pretty sweet. As you said, Tim, he's doing a good job of the defense.
He's going to pick off this monk here. Yep. Very, very nice for him. And he's throwing his 3rd TC down, so he just wants to hold long enough. And redocking as well. Interesting.
3rd TC. Yeah, redocking at a spot that is unscouted by Villese so far. Oh yeah? Doesn't really have any vision there.
On the way to him. That's bad for Tim. I don't think he can defend against condos. Wrong.
Probably not for sure here. Okay, so forging now on the way. Added some more fishing ships up to now 15 with drill nets. That really pushes the eco so nicely. In addition to that, he's ahead by 13 villagers. Goes on to more stone. A condo landing basically anywhere at the shore. Kind of feels like game ending here. Take a look, more night raids. But Tim, always on point with the reactions. Score doesn't look too great for the Chinese player though.
Especially with these barracks coming down on the left-hand side. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay, let's take a look. Tim, does he have enough stone for a castle? Sitting at 360 there, so that will be tricky for him to get up as well. And
Is Villese gonna come forward on the top? He's making barracks on the top side as well. So he's gonna hit him from both directions.
that is tricky. If you're trying to defend with monks, you kind of want to have a guy attacking you at only one side so that you can micro a bit better. Let's take a look. One monk converted, or one knight converted back. Now let's attack the monk again. Casual horse color timing for Mr. Tim. Bowsaw now as well, so his eco. Well, he had solid numbers at one point, but probably not really reflecting his overall income either.
I feel like Tim needs to drop down a panic stone wall right now. But he's not going to because I don't think he can see those barracks.
And the one side he walls just gives another opportunity to get attacked at the other side. Goes for some more fire galleys to turn back the game.
He's actually dropping 2 more TCs in the north. Tim, not planning on going imp anytime soon, I guess.
Well, he can click up.
There's the stone wall. Oh, GG.
Oh, I just wanted to hype the stone wall. Yeah.
That's the most hype I've ever been over a stone wall in that time.
To just get... It's just that GG 3 seconds afterwards, anyways. Okay, let's take a look at the achievements. We have a beautiful statistics overlay for that, and at least it just felt like it was over at minute 11, right? The start of Tim was just bad.
The first dock was late. The second dock was late. The third dock was questionable because it was so late. The transport ship was extremely sneaky. Villese was lucky to have spotted that archery range. I'll say that much. But Tim was also lucky to have gotten past Villese's line of sight and put it down there.
Oh man, okay. But now I'm ready to see non-Italian war on Mediterranean. And I will just give a quick ready because I want to see some land units fight again. And we'll have Hideout, Tim against Villese. I'm curious what they will go for. We could see a lot of interesting compositions on water here. On land. Oh god.
Water.
Freudian slip.
Guys, Italian mirror is broken, Nilly, alright? He's done. Are we gonna see the Persians again? Persian skirms?
I hope not. Man, that was so bad.
It's so confusing. I didn't know how to cast that. I was just kind of like, what is going on?
Yeah. I think it has to be Britons or Turks. Or if you want to get like super tricky, maybe Mongols. Don't think anything else being really efficient.
Oh, here we go. Second game, we're playing on Hideout, and Villese is playing as the Britons. He is leading the series 1-0, and Tim is playing as the Mongols. So you were right, Britons and Mongols.
Okay, let's just quickly think about the colors again. It was Villese in blue the last game as well, right? And Tim in red. I'm so bad at remembering that. Okay. Okay, and Tim Mongols. He loved those Mongols in team games. I think they're a way better choice, but Castle Age will just be super tricky for Mongols. What can you really do against crossbowmen there? Mangonels won't do well. You don't have any eco advantages.
It is Tim. It is Tim. So we might see Chinese strategy, which is stonewalling both sides and booming up to Imperial Age. Possibly. Could be an option. I feel like Tim just needs to hold on long enough, right? To take advantage of the Mongols.
Yeah, if he gets onto Ram and Elite skirms, then he can make something happen. But yeah, I even feel like Mango Dice shouldn't do too much against any real Britain's army. And Tim with a very early loom here. That's kind of weird as well. So not the greatest start from our Chinese player here. And well, some deer pushing. All looks solid for now from Villese. And yeah, will we see some castle aggression here from Tim? Or will he try to go into the long boom?
From Tim or Villese? Because I feel like
Both.
Villese has to put Castle Age pressure, right?
Okay.
I think if
And
you're
the map-
Britons, that's part of the plan in Hideout.
Yeah, I think so as well. And maybe this is even a better map for our Britain's player because it's tougher to wall off. You remember the fire game where he had like 2 forests to use to wall off? This time, no chance here. So Villese, he can just attack at either side. Obviously, right hand side so much longer. Left hand side, quite a nice jump around though. So rush distance for hideout, relatively short.
Yeah, and if Tim wants to wall that area, he almost has to wall in front of that gold there, right? Because that's his secondary gold. And I think if you're Mongols, you can't just give it up that easily.
Oh yeah, true. That's a secondary gold. It feels like so far
It's
to
so far
Villese as
forward.
well. Oh
Yeah.
man. In general, all his resources, like both his stone spot facing that direction. Now he's going for that mill. That indicates that he will play something aggressive. I'm expecting like pop 19 Man-at-Arms tower rush if he goes for the patch of deer.
That'll be hype if he does.
And well, Villese, he has a very big area there and 2 stone spots in that direction. So could potentially, well, open him up. And look at that score difference as well. Tim, he already saw quite a bit of the map and even took 1 whole circle and now wants to go for a second one. He really wants to go for those scouting points.
It's like he's mowing a lawn right now. He's just doing it very methodically, you know? Just back and forth. He's got that Mongol scouting, which is... You don't really think about it, but it comes into play in a lot of games with Mongols.
Oh boy, and
very,
who
very
did
nice
call
bonus.
that pop 19 tower rush from Mongols? Must have been a very clever caster. And well, I also said Man-at-Arms, which we won't see. It will just be a tower rush. And well, he will go for some aggression. And for now, Villese, absolutely not prepared. Didn't scout in that direction at all. Has 0 idea about that. Didn't even loom yet.
Yeah, he might not be prepared for this at all. He does see the deer though, so maybe he knows.
Yeah, he sees the deer. Yeah, that's true. Okay, what can he do? Maybe like pop 24. Now he sends more on gold forward there. It's will get tricky. He didn't
Still
scout
got
his
3
third gold,
vills.
I believe. Oh,
He's
no.
got 3 vills queued up in his TC. He's not ready for this, man. He is not ready for this.
Uh-oh.
This might be the play from Tim here.
Uh-oh.
Here comes the scout.
Uh-oh.
Stop saying uh-oh.
Okay.
He sees him.
Okay.
He sees him.
Okay, that's good for him. Let's take a look. Now, after the villager, he should probably go for loom. And like those villagers will never really get it on gold here. Now goes for a house. But I think that house won't really help him too much. He can just break through at another point. You never can reach that area anyways. So we will more go towards the top and is going on stone now.
He's always going to hit the wall to the right or the left. He's never going to hit behind that house. So it's a confusing house, I agree.
Well, the tower is now attacking that house. And oh, can he actually over chop through that?
Oh, he can chop through there. He can chop through that tree, I think.
Oh, he's not trying to.
Come on, man. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Transport right into the base. Thank you very much.
Hello.
And he's still going to make that tower instead of repositioning it. Okay.
Well, still easier to get that one in there. And he will block that stone afterwards. Now tries to fight off. But with the villager help, shouldn't really do too well. And Villese, so he's not going for gold. Didn't even scout his 3rd gold spot. So that will be really tough for him. Didn't collect enough stone for a 2nd tower either.
Yeah, and Tim's just running around with that scout being really annoying. Blocking the gate for a second, just delaying Villese. And if he gets towers in between the stone and the gold and walls it off, be very nice for him.
Even laming the sheep there, beautiful move, very efficient. And now the next tower, so no chance to ever getting back onto that stone. Villese, normally the typical defense here is to build some towers yourself and fall back with a better eco. But if you do not have enough stone, that will be very tricky. Let's take a look. He opened the walls at the top there. What is he trying to go for?
Is he gonna try and take down that tower so he can go out to the stone at the front?
I think he's rushing out. We'll build a tower there now.
He
But
wants the
that
stone
won't
at the
secure
front.
the gold.
No,
Maybe
he wants to get rid of that one and go to the stone at the front.
Oh, he wants to delete that. Okay, let's take a look. How much stone does Tim has enough stone? Scout around. Ooh. Now we should see some quick walls. Tower being rushed out by Villese as well. I have no idea if this is the right move. Scout both should die here. Not really. Survives with one. And Villese, well, that was just a weird move. And now it goes back.
That was so indecisive from Villese. And he's gonna pay for that, man. Like, does he even have enough? He has enough stone to make one tower. That's it.
Now goes for lumber camp number 3. Goes for town watch, and that was just GGing yourself, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I like the move, deleting your walls, trying to rush down the tower, but maybe take 8 instead of 5 villagers, and then commit. He didn't lose anything, so per se that wasn't bad, but it feels like that was his one timing to stop this attack. And Tim, it looks like he's going back. He's falling back now.
Yeah, he's done enough damage.
Look at those stone walls.
Hey man, we both called it this game, all right? We both called it. You called the trush. I called the stone wall, okay? And these skirms, I think Tim is gonna get this down. I don't think these skirms are gonna deny this. Not with 5 villagers there.
Yeah, and they aren't performing too well. Let's take a look. One villager going down to 15 HP here, and she is carrying 5 stone as well. If she dies, that's actually a solid win for Villese. But trying to run back, Villese is chasing her down. Oy, oy, oy.
Nope.
Why doesn't Tim just take one villager to wall his towers? Because the towers are all overlapping each other, so rushing those down.
Right now.
Yeah, that's also true. And he's blocking that main gold as well. Sees the other one. Tim knows about the gold in the back as well. Interesting. And we said, Villese, he didn't have a lot of losses early on.
Yeah.
So his eco is just
now
better.
With the stone walls, though, and he doesn't have access to much gold or stone. Now he's going out to the gold at the south side. I feel like there's not many options for him for getting through these stone walls and into Tim's base, even if he has a better eco than Tim does.
The worst thing would be if Tim now goes even onto scouts here. He's going for stable, that isn't even on gold, so it's not really for knights. I think pulling all the villagers off of stone could have been an option. Try to get some more farms running. Obviously the eco of a trushing player is always super bad. And indeed, Tim adds some more scouts.
Now where are these coming to deal with the skirms, or are they going to the gold in the south? Because Villese is walling up now. He knows there's an issue there. He knows the threat of those scouts he doesn't like.
He's going for the second archer range. Well, he goes for the clear up against the skirms first. Is it really what they need? Tim moving forward can maybe block some farms, but the gold is safe. But still, Tim, he cannot take any damage.
And another tower coming down from him, right beside the berries from Villese. If he manages to push into that gold in the south there, Villese has some huge problems.
I still hear villagers stuff dying. Okay, it's only the skirms. Scout basically at full HP here still.
That woman has survived. She was on 1 HP. That archer was chasing after her. She has survived a lot.
Yeah. Well, she
She's seen
survived
some
the
cool
attack
stuff,
of
man.
the... Yeah, she even survived the attack of the 4 skirmishers earlier as well. And now walling that gold spot as well. Tim is playing it so Tim style here.
Yeah, Tim's really good at figuring out what players need and denying that for them. Like he's really good at looking at the map and just focusing on key areas.
And now even an archer range from him. He's at 600 food, 200 gold. Will go up at 1 point. Now rates that gold a bit. All villagers high HP though. And Tim, he's running away. At the other side, Villese, he is preparing a villager to run around. And maybe we see some siege tower masterpiece.
I mean, you called the tower, Nilly. I'm not certain about the siege towers.
Siege tower! I'm calling it now!
Okay, here we go.
Oh no, he's building the siege workshop back at home. Then he will never build one at the top as well.
And Castle
will
Age
he?
coming in from Tim now. Still
Okay.
7 villagers ahead.
Well, we'll kind of even out once he reaches Castle Age. He goes for elite skirmishers now, and he will have enough stone to build a castle in the face of Villese and block all the gold and stone for the end of the game. And remember,
You build
we
it-
said it earlier, there are no extra gold spots on Hideout.
Yep. And he's got 3 of the relics on his side as well. And he's killing the forward villager with the scout that he brought around from
no.
that gold. Such a nice play from Tim to do that. Where's the scout gonna die?
No,
Oh,
1 HP.
just...
He knows his math. And
He knows his timings.
He knows his timings, yeah, exactly. Okay. So, Villese, what is he up to? Not really much. Didn't even have enough stone for the 30C here. Now tries to maybe snipe some of the villagers here on stone, but Tim sees it instantly, not even taking any damage. Beautiful move here. And I think now it's time to maybe focus the towers onto the palisades walls so that he can get in there with his elite skirmishers soon to be.
Do you put a castle right behind that stone in Villese's base?
I think, yeah, behind the barracks. It's just super safe, right?
Oh, that's a siege
Yeah.
workshop. He debated me.
Oh, me as well.
That's fine. Like if you get mangonels out, any rams or any siege that Villese makes to clear up the towers, you can deal with pretty easily.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah, mangonels are pretty good there. He goes knights and elite skirms. I already raised my hand to clap myself on the back, or on the shoulder, and then it was a siege workshop. So, well, close enough.
I still don't see any siege towers, by the way.
Hey,
But
hey,
I'm
hey,
sure
game
they're
is not
coming.
over.
They're coming. Yeah.
He's sending 2 more crossbows around the top. Maybe not. Maybe a misclick at some point. Oh, very ambitious mangonel. We can say that.
It's going in.
Yeah. Luckily for it, at the moment tower's only doing 1 damage to a mangonel. And now he's switching the focus from the towers. What are those villagers doing? He still knows that he has so much stone. Walling more stone spots in the back there. I think it doesn't really make sense to still collect gold, stone for Tim at the moment.
Yeah, he needs to get a couple TC or a castle and a couple TCs down. And just take advantage of the position that he has on the map. Here comes the mangonel.
Oh, it's so ugly to micro that in there. Maybe even delete the barracks here if you're Tim.
Even the threat of that mangonel is doing its job, though.
Yeah,
Like,
potentially.
Villese doesn't want to go too far in because he's seen it. And is Tim going to bring it around to the other side to kill the wall so his knights can get into that gold?
I'm not really sure. We'll see. Let's take a look at the gold count. We have 900, 1700 gold still left for Villese here. And then he needs to get creative. Because then he's running out of gold. But look at his resources. he isn't that far away from clicking to imp.
Britain's an imp. Might be able to deal with this.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Mangonels. Now the dance begins here. Let's take a look. 1-4-1. I wanted to say, but Villese out microing here. The Mangonel is going down 3 HP and now starting to get repaired. Going up to imp. Solid job by Villese here. He's holding on strong. He played very calmly so far.
Unfortunately for him, he can't get a castle down, which would really help him when he hits imp. So he's gonna have to, I guess, deal with these towers with just Mangonels and Arbalests.
Why is Tim like? I think if Tim deletes his barracks, he could just play it so much better with his Mangonels there.
Hey, it got
okay, now
deleted.
he
There you
does.
go. Look
Okay.
at this caster, man. Look at this caster.
Oh. Okay, 1-4-1. Well, I won't be happy without any siege towers. So.
But you're gonna be a miserable person by the end of this game. So.
Oh no. Okay, skirmishers now protecting the Mangonel. Let's take a look. University for Villese wants to go into ballistics here as well, doing some pressure against the TC. He's going imp in another one though, so don't get overexcited in that regard. And take a look, Mangonel 1-4-1 trade again. I will give you a gold update. It is at roughly 1300 gold still left for Mr. Villese.
Yeah, Villese snagged that relic from the top side from Tim, but I mean that's not going to be enough to sustain an Imperial army once that gold runs out.
Well, he already has one inside, right? Oh, nice Mangonel ground attack against all the skirmishers, and needs to run back now.
I feel like Tim's doing enough here, though. He's definitely putting enough pressure and denying the resources that Villese needs, and now he's up to 77 villagers. His resources are looking really good. I think he's going to click up. Yep, there it is.
Sweet stuff for sure.
Trebs will be the killer for Villese here.
Yeah, he has a castle up as well.
Yeah.
Okay, just stay on mass skirm, Mangonel, maybe some rams. I think he should be fine. How is Villese ever killing a castle there?
I really don't know. Like, and remember, Britain's only got capped ram, right? So even Mangonels can deal with that. Oh, those skirmishers though.
And another
I'm
dead
getting
Mangonel.
really nervous, Nilly. I'm getting really nervous on the north side because Villese is building a siege workshop there, and he's got
2
crossbows coming.
And villagers can go into a siege tower as well. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby.
Give it to me.
Oh. No, capped ram! Wrong misclick!
Oh god.
No, he wanted to go for siege tower. Okay, capped ram. Still can do some. Let's take a look. Bloodlines now. Where's our other castle? Oh, defending there at that side. And Tim is actually sneaking out villagers at that side. Sneaking out knights. That's
and
a nice reach.
right after them too. Very, very nice play from Tim there.
Oh man.
And Villese finally taking back this stone, but with what Tim has around there, I don't think he can take it for very long or safely.
Yeah,
Tim is going to be an imp here.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't you think like Watchtower could have done so much for Tim as well? Guard Tower. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Guard Tower upgrade.
I think that, yeah, that would have been a nice upgrade. Guard Tower and Masonry would have been nice. Here comes the Mangonel.
No siege. No traps so far. Maybe Mango Dice to counter.
So Villese,
right.
I forgot about that gold that Tim walled. So Villese is going to have access to that once those rams get in there. Maybe that'll be enough to let him push. I don't know. It's going to be so rough against Mongols in Imperial Age.
We will see. Honestly, like early Imperial Age, it's still doable. And Tim's eco isn't completely boomed out. He has 100 villagers, 40 Cs working for him though, so he will catch up for sure. But it's still Arbalest that should be able to do some. Take a look. Skirmishers
Villese-
now trying to take some fights though.
Yeah, Villese can't afford to lose these arbs. He's got to save those.
What's Tim's composition? I think he's banking up resources to go for onagers.
He's got to go ram, right? He goes ram, a few trebs, and then some skirmishers, I guess.
Chemistry first. Heavily housed though. Okay, he's freeing himself. And now Villese has that stone spot.
Look at how many vills he sends to. He knows it's only like for a limited time only, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
a bit like Braveheart.
as well.
Yeah.
He's got the gold
Like-
spot now. That's very nice play from Villese to survive this and push out a little bit.
Okay, but still, no control over his main gold spot. 2 relics for Villese. Score incredibly even. A bit of higher numbers here for Tim. Mass skirmishes.
Oh, he's in on the wood line.
Cap drums.
And on the wood line! He snuck!
Oh boy. Okay, did build a tower before that, and what did he really kill though? Like 3-4 villagers and now losing some skirms? On the minimap
big
it looks more
distraction.
scary than it actually is.
Yeah. Tim's just buying himself time, right? To get all the upgrades, get his ideal composition, then he can push in.
Yeah, conscription now as well, and once Villese has enough stone to build a castle, which is exactly now, Tim already has 3 traps out, so a trap war can't really go in his favor either.
He's making it on the far left. Interesting.
He wants to
stay
protect
as
his
far away from
gold.
those traps as possible,
Yeah.
while protecting the gold.
Yeah, I like that positioning. Skirms moving forward, 120 builds for Tim, and that's just really important, guys. You like 20 more skirmishes would be so much worse than 20 more villagers at the moment, because he wants to get onto massive amount of siege ramps and really need a good eco to afford those. So I love that Tim maybe is giving up some area, but then allows himself to go onto the very strong Mongols army.
He's doing just enough to hold Villese down. He's not going for the knockout blow yet. He's just waiting because he knows he has the advantage in the super late game.
Tim doesn't know about the castle just yet, goes for handcart, a bit late there, goes for drill before the siege ram upgrade, and now Villese with the onager tech, and onager arbalests, they will deal somewhat fine against siege rams.
Does he cut through to kill Tim's eco?
Oh,
Is that an option
Ooh.
for Villese? Is that a good option? Because Tim doesn't have any production buildings back there. But Villese
yeah, but the
doesn't know
distance
that,
is
obviously.
just so short to send the skirmishes over, right? And you only can send arbalests, but then you can just move back again and toy with them.
Yeah,
Well, there are
maybe. I don't
options.
know. He's got to deal with this push from Tim first.
Yeah, that's for sure. Needs to kill the traps, otherwise he just loses so much ground. In general, like he has, like, what does he have, like 20% of the map? Not much more.
Yeah, something like that.
Onager attack for Tim now, before he researched the siege rams.
Is
Completely
that
out of
another
gold.
castle coming down from Tim? Yep. Another castle forward, but Villese sees this.
Ah, but without
Don't
a trap,
think he
that
can
isn't...
deny it.
Okay, let's take a look. Onager trading 2 for 2. And, well, important thing is that traps now need to move forward. Villese with 2 traps of his own in range of the other castle. Villese, he's switching into light cav himself now.
Maybe he wants to cut, man, and he wants to raid.
Not
Or
the
maybe
worst
he wants
option,
them
I
just to
believe.
deal with the trebs and the onagers. I mean, it is a good counter against skirmisher onager, right?
Oh, we'll see. Oh, Warwolf upgrade, something we don't see too often. Splash damage for traps, and then the trap against trap war could get really dicey. But I think Villese might lose this castle pretty soon. The upgrade will finish though. Now commit some onagers against the traps. They will die. A big move in for Tim here, but I think he will get the necessary kills and his castle survives. Beautiful move.
I think this is the GG moment as soon as Tim pushes in here, right?
He's still lacking some army. Where are the
Those-
obelisks?
Did they die? You're right. Where are they? Did they die? Did I not see?
He only has 26 military. I think that's it. I think he just lost a lot against the onagers and skirms there. Over and over again. Well, in Britain's light cap switch, not the scariest thing ever. If you look at that 60 HP, no upgrades yet. Oh. And Tim with a weird army composition here. Onager, Castle Age Mangudai, Ram, Trap, Elite Skirm, Villager.
Tim looks like a computer player right now.
A bit like it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
Okay,
an
Elite
AI.
Mangudai
And
now?
Elite Magadai with Siege Ram with Drill and 4 Trebs and 4 Onagers. I'm sorry, Villese. I don't think there's much you can do here.
Okay, Lightcap actually a beautiful unit against everything now, except Elite Mangudais that are now coming around. Let's take a look. Is he committing with the Lightcaps? Obviously cannot really take a lot of damage here. Didn't even kill a single of those onagers yet. And oh boy, they move fast. Look at the traps sieging up there, and Villese cannot take this engagement. GG.
Really well played from Tim here. Really, really smart to go forward. He saw those 2 stones to go forward in tower, and then he just did enough, right? Like he secured his base first, and then he just did enough to hold Villese away from the main gold and the main stone until he could get his Imperial army rolling.
Oh man,
Really
yeah,
smart.
beautiful, like incredibly strategic play, and that is like Tim in a nutshell for you. He puts you in weird situations that you feel uncomfortable with. As you said, he realizes, okay, what resources do you need? How can I deny those? And I think Villese, he played calm. He did all the right steps, and still lost. This has to feel bad.
Yeah, and just like the little things, like walling off that secondary gold from Tim, it just denied it for another couple minutes from Villese, you know? Eventually he got it, but he had to use his siege rams over there to clear it up, or capped rams rather than using them against like Tim's castle or something. It's just the little plays that came in big at the end for Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, lovely play, and he put on a lot of pressure, more towers, so many skirms there, forcing Villese onto building a lot of like gold intense army. And well, that's something Villese really couldn't afford. Beautiful job for sure, and we are looking into the statistics here. Military better for Tim, did get a lot of kills in the end with all his onagers and some villager raids. Eco, Tim just so dominant, switched into, I believe, like 40 Cs there. And yeah, very nice dominance, especially like gold. Villese couldn't get more.
Gold and stone, both such a difference from player to player.
Yeah, stone as well. You're right. And yeah, that's only the stone spot. And like at minute 45, this was like 20 stone. Yeah, something like that. Oh. And relics 2 versus 2 even. So both doing a good job in that regard. And what a lovely game. And now we even see Desert, our first game or first series of the day, going into game number 3. I'm excited for that.
So are you sad that you never got to see your siege tower?
Somewhat, yeah.
You're miserable.
Yeah, I think he was going for it. If it wasn't for those 3 knights, no, I think he would have broken him or tried to break him with capped rams. Desert for dessert. That's so true. And I will say ready. And then we will see the last game of this series. And after this, we will have the main event of the day, guys. It will be Leary against Mr. Yo. Super excited for that as well. But before that, we will see Desert being played out here as the decider. Who advances, Mr. Tim or Mr. Villese?
So game 3, Desert, we've got Tim versus Villese once again. Tim playing as the Magyars and Villese playing as the Mayans. 2 very strong civs, but I feel like the Mayans have the advantage in this map. What do you think, Millie?
And yeah, that's interesting, right? It's two completely different styles. Magia's probably the scout civilization, cheaper scouts, stronger scouts, and overall just a beautiful mobile knight civilization. On the other side, we will have, yeah, the mains. I think we need to switch colors, right?
Tim is red.
Tim is red. Exactly, then I'm doing that. Wait. Am I? Tim is red. Yeah, I have Tim red. Perfect. Okay, and on the other side we have Mayans with, yeah, basically only archers. Maybe you can go for eagles as well. And for everyone who doesn't know desert, it is kind of Arabia stylish, but a bit more open to the front, as you can see, because there are no forests to the front. And you only have one big gold spot, no second and third gold spot. That kind of forces you to move towards the center, where there are a lot of extra gold spots spread around. So it's really important that your main gold spot is kind of defensively, which it is in this case. And Villese, for Mayans, has a pretty damn good map.
You always like to see that main gold in the back for Mayans. That's very, very nice. Unfortunately for him, his 2 stones are forward, but he's got that nice wood line there. Definitely pretty decent map for him.
Defensive gold can wall this up at the top. I think Villese is a perfect map for something of the likes of Trash FC, maybe even.
True. I don't like those stones at the front. I really don't. If he wants to, eventually he'll try and tech into like plumes, I think. And I don't know if he can't get access to those, it might be problematic for him.
I don't even find, where's the second stone spot? Am I confused? Oh, over here. Okay,
it's to the left. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Whereas Tim's stones are super secure at the back there, but he's Magyar,
did he
so
find
maybe.
Those? He didn't even find the second stone spot.
Oh well. His main gold isn't great though. Up on that hill.
It's kind of hilly-ish, but I think it's still okay-ish positioned. It could be better, obviously, but it's fine.
So you're thinking Drush FC maybe for Villese if he walls? Old style?
I tried to go for Drush FC, but let's see how Villese plays, right? I think the Viper would try to play Drush FC as well, and I think Drush FC is a good approach for this one. And he starts to wall that early.
Does Tim go for scouts?
Well, if he goes for scouts, you don't even need to fear your bad positioning of the berries, because you can just wall them in as well. Would have loved to see him push some deer as well. I think he only pushed 1. Maybe would have loved to see push him 2, 3. And now let's see. He has enough wood to build the barracks if he goes for it. One villager goes to the front and giving the barracks. Nice.
And the wall's already down on the right side from Villese. So definitely planning to secure his base early.
Oh, he didn't scout well to the left-hand side though, so that might be some very painful left-hand side walls that are coming up. Well, we will see about those. And it might just be it Russian to flush as well though. And Tim with a solid uptime. Look at that, pop 20. This guy is on point.
Well, I think he pushed 3 deer in. That last one trolled him a bit, but he did get 3 of them in, so his food eco looking very nice. And now he's just now going out to scout Villese's base.
And that might be a bit late. Villese, he is going on to gold, so it will just be men-at-arms, I believe. No Drush FC here, so just ignore what I said. And this will be pop 23 by him. And not the greatest start when it comes to the time, but still okay-ish. And I think he will be just super safe against all the early attacks from Tim.
And Tim, what does he see from Villese? Okay, sees the barracks, didn't see the berries there, and he's going the wrong way at the moment.
Will be tricky for him to scout the amount of villagers on gold as well. Doesn't really know what's coming his way. And, well, he was fearing the rush as well, as it seems. Already walling quite a bit and very clumped up. And rushes the stable out. Now, no eco upgrades from him for now.
Tim just caught sight of those militia as well. But I don't know if he actually noticed them. He did have them in his line of sight for a second, but he's got to assume with the barracks up that early. He's got to assume.
Yeah.
Villese has militia out.
Let's
so
see.
Villese is fully walled.
Yeah. Already. Just think about it, and the scouts aren't over, right? It feels like I still would have loved to see a Rush FC with that map, but okay. We continue here. Man-at-Arms now going forward. Would have loved to see Spearmen added for that as well. And for now, the scouts are not really grouping up. One running around, sees two on gold in the back, so knows what's up now. And the other one trying to defend, more coming over. But everything for Tim just so close to his TC, I don't think Villese can do any real damage.
Look at what Tim's doing with the scouts too. He's keeping them over there to see if anything is coming from that side, because he's not immediately using them at the moment. Also, Magyar scouts do decently against Man-at-Arms. They got that extra 1 attack, right?
Yeah, normally a 3+2, and now they have 3+3. Let's take a look. Villager has moved around, builds a farm, walls that off. He is just super safe. For now, not a single kill. Oh, I will stand corrected. The Eagle was more on the aggressive side. And now the full wall off. The question is, will Villese try to go into Eagles? Will try to go into some more archers? Or will he try to transition into Castle Age from here on?
He's going to go archers, I think.
It's only 2 on gold for now, but archery range is coming up, so yes, indeed. And Tim?
And he's into the... No, Tim, repairing that just in time. And archer range from Tim as well.
Okay, but it's only 50 HP on that wall. Yeah, I think he needs to go for an archery range. Now scouts the archery range at the front as well.
Oh no, Tim! Okay. Free hits on the on the scout there from Villese, but Tim's okay.
Okay, Villese, house at 30, house at 35 now. Cancels his villager to get wheelbarrow to adjust that. And for now, Tim, not a single real loss, goes on to Archer Skirmisher. The question is, will he be able to apply some pressure here, or how safe will Villese get onto Castle Age? For now, 1 spearman down, should micro back his herd scouts and does such a big amount of damage. 5-1 KD here.
Man, Magyars, I feel like when people go Man-at-Arms against Magyars, they really underestimate the impact that 1 extra damage has on those scouts. Because he cleared that up really quickly.
Yeah, Tim, he knows what's up. He knows Villese. Well, you probably won't have a lot of army, right? I saw 1 archery range only from you, and how you fought there and how much you ran around, that looks like you tried to get into Castle Age quite quickly. Let's go for some aggression, and he is sending a total of 6 villagers and is sending 4 on stone. He will go for a tower fast and try to put some aggression into Villese's face.
That's a pretty good tower. It'll deny 2 farms in the berries and give him a jumping point to press into the rest of Villese's base. Counter tower coming down from Villese? No, he's just going to wall up behind. Oh, there's the counter tower. It's a bit late though.
Yeah, he might lose 1 or 2 villagers there. Let's take a look. He's running around, tries to engage there, but that should be a lost fight for him against all the skirmishers. But skirmishers not having the greatest of upgrades. Villese himself is fighting with fletching here, and villagers down. Make that 1 for now, and only 3 villagers in the tower for Villese, so should lose the tower war.
This is a really smart play from Tim. This is what you got to do when you see your opponent is walling up like this. You come forward and you pressure them with some towers.
Okay, Villese now forced onto some more archers, but stays kind of calm again. No stone for him. That's something we mentioned earlier. Both of them on the outside. So tower aggression will continue from Tim without Villese having the chance to counter tower again. And woodlines. That's a wrong plural by me. Plural. Because he only has one woodline.
That's very vulnerable position for Villese there. If Tim manages to hold this and push in with some more towers on that wood line, Villese is going to be... He's going to have to go to the right.
Wow, but he doesn't really want to. And I'm not sure if he scouted that woodline. No, he has no idea about the other woodline.
That's really
He
bad
would-
for Villese.
Oi, 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 oi. Okay, Skirms now going for +1 defense as well. Only has 6 of them at the front, 3 of them at home. Has a lot of gold floating. I think I want to see a market out of him. And I think he needs a defensive tower there as well. And Villese, where is he going on wood now?
Is he going to the right hand side? Yes, he is.
Okay.
So smart from Tim. If you look at his scouting, he knew that that was Villese's only near wood line. Like, really, really smart from Tim to push that area.
Let's take a look. Skirms trying to take an engagement now here in the center of the map. No real patrol from the scouts to begin with, but that's a lot of Skirms. And as we said, +1/+1. This should be a pretty efficient fight for Mr. Tim. And that's a lot of archers still for Villese. Just needs to fight with all of them.
Villese on the way to Castle Age.
And Tim, 200 food, 800 gold. The greatest numbers here. I think that's not really a fight he wants to take though.
No.
Maybe mix in an eagle. Yeah, he mixes in eagles now. And Tim, second archer range. Is he staying on skirms? I don't like how much gold he has. I think he needs a market desperately.
He's putting one down right now. Once again, very, very calm response from Villese. Doing the right things against this pressure.
And Villese, is he switching on to more eagles now, or is it just a casual one with the +1 defense upgrade? Huh. Villager advantage for Tim, but I think he is without wheelbarrow as well. We maybe want to take a look at that pretty soon after we see what the eagle is doing at the front here. Tim now up to Castle Age as well. Abused the market quite a bit. And we will get an update here while we're trying to follow this down. Okay, so
Also dropping a couple defensive towers as well. So he knows Villese is going to be Castle Age first, and that'll help him secure his base a little bit. Smart play.
Yeah, and wheelbarrow also for Mr. Tim. Villese now with Crossman and Botkin Arrow tries to regroup. And what's the next army step here for Tim? I think I want to see a second stable and might want to see him like full out castle attack elite skirms knights.
Yeah. That's a pretty good composition against Mayans in Castle Age.
Yeah, now, oh god, he should never move out here. That could be pretty costly for him. He has 14 military, but might lose a lot
Those
of
Eagle
that
Scouts
before
aren't
reaching
that
Castle
strong,
Age.
though.
Only +2 defense. Oh, he did the +1 defense, but cancelled it after all. Okay, interesting. All the villagers working on one side of the tower here.
So smart from Tim. If he hadn't dropped this tower, he wouldn't be able to take this fight right here. Very nice from him.
Okay, what upgrades does he want to go for? Probably Botkin Arrow and Elite Skirms. Question is, does he maybe even want to go for Ballistics? I think could make a lot of sense. It's a Knight. Why no Elite Skirms,
Skirm?
man?
Oh, he canceled it.
Yeah,
He's going Cav Archers.
What?
What? Tim! Bro!
He has 8 skirms as well with a lot of HP. I think that's a pretty clear, easy choice. Okay, now he needs a siege workshop then.
Forward
He goes
TC
for
from Tim as
TC.
well. This is the Tim I love right here. Unorthodox.
indeed unorthodox, but that doesn't mean good in my opinion. So, CA, we have to work with that. No bloodlines for now.
He's gonna lose him too to these crossbows.
No. Oh
He's
yeah,
gonna
oh
lose
yeah,
his whole army.
oh.
Reacted in time. Very, very nice.
Okay.
And he's in on the stone as well with this other army. Nice play.
Well, we will see. At the moment, same amount of villagers. 3 TCs for Villese. Is he what?
Does he go for a castle drop, Tim, eventually? He's got 300 stone right now.
But only 1 villager on stone. So eventually, but will take some time. Okay, Tim, let's take an update. Okay, he has enough gold for now. Let's take a look. Skirmishers taking the engagement. Why did he not go for elite skirmishers? I can't believe it. Oh.
Hey man, he's keeping them alive, actually, and he's keeping Villese stuck back here in his own base, not putting pressure on Tim's base. Unfortunately for Tim, he hasn't taken control of any of the middle yet, so he doesn't have access to those golds, but...
By the way, you were right. Maybe a castle drop. He had more villagers on stone, but it's just pulling them away. Building another TC there up top. +1 defense for the knights now. Still lacking bloodlines. Think I want to see a siege workshop and some aggression towards the center.
Mangonel coming out from Tim here. Where does he go? Does he take down this tower and try and press in, or does he just consolidate his position on the top side here?
I think the tower, and then just open himself for some more raids in the gold.
He's doing a very nice job, like dividing Villese's attention on both sides. He's just keeping him sitting at home rather than bothering his own eco.
Oh, this is a pretty intense one. This is by far the best series we had today, and
Tim has a lot on stone again. He's got a lot on stone, so maybe a castle coming down on that wood. Oh, he killed his own units with the mangonel. No, Tim. That was like 7 units. No.
Oh, so brutal. At the same time, trying to avoid some of the conversions here is Tim. Gets a villager kill, tries to run away from the monks.
Too. He's in the back with those archers and skirmishers, being super annoying to Villese.
Let's take a look. Villese has ballistics though, so he will kill a lot of those. And now the one converted knight will clear up the raid of Tim here. And well, villager count somewhat even. The question is, where will we see the castle?
Really impressive play. I keep saying this. I'm a broken record, but I think this is very impressive play from Tim. Unorthodox, but impressive. Castle coming down at the front there, right in front of that tower.
I don't like. Me no likey. I think it could have been so much more aggressive.
Yeah, like right up against, kind of near that wood line, or farther forward?
Further towards the tower. He had the mangonels. There was no army around. He knew that all the crossbows are at the other side because he was raiding with the knights and CA.
Ooh, Tim on the wood line with the cav archers once again. Well, Villese is distracted by that castle drop, and he's killing a lot of villagers.
Oh yeah, and he's killing some at the front. Uh-oh, Villese, his macro's slipping.
Wow.
Maybe Tim is committing to the right-hand side in the woodline there. Not really, okay. Not really seeing it, and that was just Villese losing like 15 population there in 1 minute.
And he's losing more vills at the tower as well. And he's losing a mangonel as well. Villese slipping up here.
Yeah.
Look at the vill count.
Suddenly 15 ahead. It was dead even a minute ago.
But it might balance out here with Villese coming to Tim's base. There's a lot of villagers on that stone, a lot of villagers on that wood.
Oh yeah. Only one tower to protect them. Does Tim know about his stone net? Yeah, okay, he does. Yeah, that will be some losses for sure. But that means...
Tim! Oh, Villese attacked too early, I think. But Tim still doesn't notice. Oh no!
Let's take a look. I can see like 6-7 villagers die. Some more under the TC. Didn't try to send any into the tower. That's kind of weird. No real mangonels coming over. We see some aggression against the main gold spot at the same time here. Now some ground attack. Beautiful move. Gets 1 kill.
That
And gets another
mangonel
one.
is
What is he doing?
aggressive.
Oh, some conversions here. So many CAs getting converted. Knight is getting more kills. Still no bloodlines. And that mangonel is just super aggressive. The problem is, though, not a real clear up here at the back end. This is a dead even game.
Oh, Tim's building a castle on that wood. Another castle. This one is aggressive enough, I think.
Is it? Is it? Like, honestly, I think it could have been even more aggressive. Like 2-3 tiles further to the front. He knows that Villese has no army there.
I kind of feel like he has to... If he secures that wood, that's a very, very nice thing for him. Because there's not many other wood options for Villese. Other than that one on the right.
I'm
So
going for some
it
wood
could
in
have
the
been a
center.
bit farther forward. For sure.
Don't you feel like Tim should build a siege workshop at home?
Yeah, but it is Tim, so maybe not. He's coming back with the knights, and he's got knights in his own base, and they're +2. So he's got 5 of them coming back. He's got 3 of them in his own base. Actually 4. So he should be able to deal with this.
Should he really? It's tricky. Okay, if he runs under the 2 towers, well then obviously it's a good fight, but well, Villese is now moving back, and I still... Who do you think has the advantage?
Well, Villese is up to Imp, and Mayans have a really smooth transition into their Imperial unit composition, so maybe he does, but look at Tim pushing forward now, taking out one of the TCs, and he's going to take out the main gold from Villese as well.
Oh yeah. But, well, Villese is controlling the center. That means he's controlling more of the gold spots. And he is rushing with villagers out. Might get another castle up somewhere. Where is he building it? Oh, it's very...
It's to the right.
Okay. A weird position. No hills around. Not directly at a gold spot. Not directly at the wood spot. Okay.
Tim's got a lot of knights. He's got a lot of knights in that forward base. But is it enough to deal with an Imperial Mayan army? I don't think so.
Finally, bloodlines for Tim. He will play with some more aggression here in Castle Age. Villese is trying to save some of his villagers, and now goes into the Halberdier defense. Is taking pikemen, is taking +1 defense as well, and that will be tricky for Tim. If he tries to play full out Castle Age attack against a guy who already attacked 2 Halberdiers, it gets tricky.
I really don't know who has the advantage, because I feel like Tim has the better map position here, but Villese definitely is going to have a better unit comp in about a minute from now.
Well, we have a big attack towards the starting castle of Villese, and for now we don't really have any pikemen out, right? So Villese without a single barracks. Now Rams are moving forward. It is only 5, could go for 7. Moves them with the knights. Some attack in the back is completely stomped down. Villagers need to be
Sending the
pulled.
villagers!
I think that's a great move. Tim a bit late with his knights there, losing a ram before the fight really starts. And I think Villese should be able to hold this here.
That's a lot of villagers going down though, and the knights are in on the crossbows. The rams pushing the castle. The crossbows are forced to go into the castle. I think Tim can take this castle down and push out.
Oh man, he's 30 villagers ahead.
Do it.
Oh yeah, so much army was still at the right hand side. Now Plumed Archers are coming over. Not a lot of conversions from any of the monks. Trying to micro back, going down to the south, and suddenly it's pop 120 against pop 100 only. Castle is going down, but now it's Chemistry and Bracer. Plumed Archers, even though they are still the Castle Plumed Archers, are doing quite okay-ish with all the upgrades.
And the Rams coming forward now. Mangonel out from Villese though, so that's going to do significant damage. Although he might hurt his own units here with that Mangonel. Got to be careful.
And now the Knights somewhat going down as well. More Knights ratings at the top as well. Beautiful move. Tim sending them all around the map. Now he's getting cleared up because he's running out of Knights at the front attack. But rating the eco, that is already very weak for Villese.
He's so good at that. He's been doing that all game. and just sending in 1 or 2 knights at a time, or cav archers, or skirmishers, or whatever it is. And Villese's eco just having a lot of problems recovering from these raids.
Tim, he continues to play this full castle age aggression. Another castle though for Villese. We'll see more knights around the corner. And Tim, he is kind of anticipating, okay, where is your next woodline where you will try to move into? And he's already sending knights in there. Not really went for that just yet though. That's why the knights are now going in for another attack here at the gold. And Villese, there aren't any instant reactions.
He's just, I think it's because Tim's just everywhere. He's all over the place, and he's in on the wood line at the right as well with 1 more knight. He's killing so many villagers with those 2 knights under the TC. Come on, Villese. There we go. Finally garrisoning.
And now he just runs out of the range of the TC. Okay, into the range of the castle though. But that was another like 10 villagers going down.
And more knights.
Ram at the top, and more knights again. And more knights everywhere. And the ram go into the second castle. Oh boy.
Jeez.
Tim is crazy,
What a
playing
play
crazy.
from Tim. Like,
just think about,
he's
look
killed
at
so
the
many
status of
villagers.
Villese. It's just everything going down. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. He's killing more and more, and not all of them can fit into the TC even.
Like, there's so many dead bodies all around Villese's eco. It's beginning to look less like desert and more like graveyards at the moment.
Well, yeah, no real picked up relics as well. And the castle is going down. 5 rams working on it. No real repair. Only 1 knight to really attack it. And that's just pretty tough at the front. No protection against the traps. Knights are killing that as well. Villese, he cannot like really stop all the holes that Tim is opening.
The full castle age defense from Tim and aggression, and it's working. It's working so well at the moment. And Villese now attacking into chainmail armor. Does he go for some eagles, or he just keep producing pikemen?
I think he needs to do for pikemen, right? Which is tough because he has so much gold income with Marians, obviously, and maybe it's just plumed archers and pray that he gets onto lead, but it's just so tricky. And again, trying to fight up with villagers, and he loses so many houses at the top as well that he is pop 86 out of 80.
He's killed about 10 houses in that base. Oh my goodness, he's in with the knights again. Villese forced to idle his eco. This is insanity, man. Tim, this is such a strong play from him.
And it's not like Tim, like, okay, I'm playing this all in, not going for any eco. He keeps producing out of his TCs in the back. He's up to 140 villagers himself. And another house going down. 85 out of 75 soon.
And he's building houses at the back where his old houses were killed before. And the ram might loop back around to get some more. And more knights coming into that farming eco. Oh, it's just a nightmare over there for Villese. He can't catch a break.
You mean a nightmare?
That's it. That's what I meant. Oh, man.
Okay. Now losing some plumed archers as well. They obviously won't perform like super great against +2/+2 bloodline Magyars or Magyar knights.
Tim can go up.
And okay, Villese finally with a halberd attack, but Tim up to Imperial Age with 70 more population.
And he's secured 2 more golds in the middle. Villese, like, his biggest issue right now is just space. Tim's not letting him have any. Every time he tries to branch out, Tim's just there with some knights, and he's going into skirmishers now to fight those plumed archers and to raid a little bit.
Oh, now the skirms indeed in the center. And he has no answer to the skirms at the moment.
No.
They're just
Not
so good
halberdiers,
against the
not
plumes. Yeah. Doesn't really want to afford producing eagles. Goes for halberdiers for now. Knights again in there. This is just so brutal.
Oh, man.
It's just like also the mindset of Villese. It's just like, okay, let's scroll to the right-hand side and see how many villagers I lost there. Oh, 5. That's fine. That's 5 less than last time.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got mangonels out now to deal with the skirmishers. But Tim's going to be an imp soon.
The ram stopped at the top. Oh, did enough though.
Sad.
Did enough. Oh.
So Villese has managed to kill one of the castles that was forward, and he's trying to kill the second one, but more rams coming out from Tim. Villese really struggles against the rams, especially once there's elite skirmishers behind them.
Yeah, let's take a look. Is he ungarrisoning those elite skirms, or is he just sending the
not.
rams to the front? Maybe tries to go for one kill. I don't like that too much. I think if you move out of the rams, could have ungarrisoned the skirms with it.
Great job from Tim. Villese tried to TC on the right-hand side. Oh, never mind. Tim's just going to walk right past it. And
Just
Villese
passing.
will have access to wood again.
Yeah, but instantly scouted, more knights at the side. Pop 190 to 120 basically. Look at all the
Look at
upgrades
all
of
those
Tim.
decks!
What is he taking? That is it's crazy.
Oh my
man.
god.
What is that, 9 attacks or something? 2, 4, 6? It's just ridiculous,
and he's in on the
man.
wood line again at the right side.
Yeah.
Again!
City is taking everything, oh man, and more knights coming around. You have all the upgrades, and that's why you go Imperial Age, guys, to get new upgrades. Oh man. That's just crazy, and yeah, where are the knights? I don't even know, but I think it's sometime in the short future we will see the nail in the coffin. The traps at the front being in danger again. I think if they are going down, Villese has no real chance of freeing himself. Sees that all the upgrades are in favor of Mr. Tim now. Where is he really getting resources at the moment?
It's just in the middle on that one gold, I think. Like, he's got all his other villagers either garrisoned or dying. The farms, once again, Tim is into that stretch of farms. That has just been such a pain in the butt for Villese.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Ram back to work again. Hand card,
Slash damage.
+4. Yeah, Tim, a casual, probably TC number 9 at the left-hand side. Moves forward here, and I think he even did the upgrade that Magic Hussars don't cost gold anymore. So we'll spam those quite nicely. But just look at the map control. Tim is everywhere.
Like, I think the score is what's keeping Villese in this, because it's not too far apart. But
Yeah.
if he had spies, if he could see what we would see, I
Yeah.
think he would have given up by now.
I
This would
think
be
so as well.
demoralizing.
If you ask Villese, like, what's the population of Tim, he'd probably say, like, maybe 140, 150. But actually, Tim is completely maxed out, and we'll just wait for the next Elite Magia Hassa Ram go to finish the game off. It's picking up all the relics. It's going up to 4 relics already, so beautiful stuff here. And yeah, it's still no Elite Plumes. It's still Eagle. I believe it's now Elite Eagles, but
Oh,
can
that
you really
ram
get
is a
into
cap
numbers?
ram now. Trouble. That ram. How many building kills is under its belt here?
Oh, I would really love, like, personal kill counters. Would be
Yeah.
so good. Maybe we can get that for the next 8 umpires.
You know, credit to Villese here. He's held somehow, and Tim has put so much pressure on him, and he's still trying to take this game 3. So a lot of credit goes to Villese here.
I really love Elite Magia Hassa. Look at that, with the flag there at the front.
Mhm.
I really, like, hear the sound, like, okay, let's go to the front. And now they're killing the Mangonel. And Scum's doing the rest here as well. And, well, that's just so deadly for him as well. And it didn't cost him any gold.
Nope. And he's making Siege Workshop. He's town centering Villese's main goal now. And he's making another Siege Workshop back there. So he's slowly just looping around him. He's going to encircle Villese.
This is so weird. Like, that looks a bit like Gold Rush as well. That, like, the Mayans player is going for the center, trying to hold on to gold, and got pushed away from everything else. And yeah, he's just losing more and more. Pop 200 against Pop 80. The GG finally. Villese,
So
he
impressive.
played great. Wow, what a great series. Game number 2 and 3 were just masterpieces by Tim. And I when I ask you, like, oh, who do you think is ahead? And I saw same population and Tim with like 40 food and Villese clicking up Jim, I thought, okay, Villese will take it. But oh boy.
Tim is just so smart with where he chooses to press and like where he chooses to raid. He's just his map awareness is really, really good, and it's up with the. I think he's one of the top players in terms of map awareness, and that's what
Clearly.
makes him such a good player.
Yeah, like he's so strategic in so many points, like outplaying the greatest in the world. And well, what a great series. And Tim, he will take some more points for Frantic, should make them very, very happy. They're still looking quite nicely into advancing to the top 2. And we will take a look into the statistics here, guys. And well, buildings raised. Obviously, that Ram alone killed 43 buildings.
Pretty much. Look at the gold collected. Holy.
And that's against
food
Mayans.
as well. Almost
Mayans
double
should
food.
always be hit. Yeah. Oh, so much more stone and wood as well. Completely out of the world. 97% map exploration. Oh boy, the statistics in the future will change.
That is insane. Well played from Tim. So nice.
Lovely, lovely series for sure.